Kroger Tender Ray Beef, no other beef so fresh can be so tender, presents Hearts in Harmony transcribed. K is for Kroger, C is for cut, B is for beef. KCB means Kroger Cut Beef, and Kroger Cut Beef means more meat for your money. Remember that fact, ladies. Remember that Kroger Cut Beef gives you more meat, less waste, and for this reason. Before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Yes, that's before the meat is weighed and priced. And listen, you get the top U.S. government grades of beef. Yes, sirree. It's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. So you get better value in top-grade beef. Let's take a Kroger cut chuck roast as an example. Before the roast is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat. You're bound to get a better value because you get more solid meat, only a minimum of bone. No matter which you prefer, steak or roast, you receive more meat, less waste in Kroger cut beef. But make that discovery for yourself. Visit your neighborhood Kroger store and get Kroger cut beef. It gives you more meat for your money. And now, Hearts in Harmony. Today is the day when Penny Gibbs' old friend Peg Martin comes to Rossville. And in the Gibbs home, as in all homes about to receive a visitor, there's last-minute dusting and sweeping and an air of general excitement. With the women busy at home, Freddie Lang has gone to the railroad station to meet Miss Martin. He gets there just as the train is pulling out and walks up to a girl who answers the description given him by Penny.
Excuse me, ma'am, but are you Peg Martin?
Why, yes, I am.
My name is Lang, Freddie Lang. Gibbsy sent me down to pick you up, and I almost missed you.
Gibbsy? Who's that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Penny Gibbs.
Oh.
Here, let me take that suitcase of yours. Car's right out front.
Car?
Uh-huh.
Oh, this wasn't at all necessary. I could have taken a cab right down to the hotel.
You're not going to any hotel. At least not right now, anyway. We're going straight to Gibbsy's. Guess she can't wait to see you.
Well, I'll admit I can't wait to see her either.
Well, let's cut out the waiting and go then.
Okay.
Here we go. Right through this door here. Hey, what do you got in this suitcase of yours? Solid lead?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It should be. It's got just about everything I own in it. Oh, here. Here, let me hold the door for you.
No, it's okay. I got it. Go ahead.
Right.
Our car's that one right there, by the lamppost.
Oh, yes, I see it. Who are you? I mean, I know your name, but Penny never told me anything about you.
Well, when Gibbsy knew you, she had never heard of me.
Oh?
And I guess sometimes she wishes she never had either. But I'm practically one of the family now.
Tell me, how is Penny?
Oh, she's great. But she's having a little trouble with a crowded house right now. Here's the car. I'll toss the suitcase in the back for you.
Right.
There we are. Is it okay if I climb in first?
Oh, sure. What do you mean Penny's having trouble?
Well, she's got a house full of people right now. Though I guess the joint's big enough to hold a few more. Want to close up the door there?
Oh, sure.
Thanks. Yeah, I feel sorry for Gibbsy sometimes. When I think about how many people are in that house. There's her mother and her dad is sick, too.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He's in a wheelchair right now. He can't walk at all.
Mm.
And, then there's her brother's little brat, Valerie. Cute kid, though. And besides that, there's Nora and me.
Well, that's quite a full house.
Yeah, sure is. Sometimes I wonder if Gibbsy's running a house or a hotel. Well, I guess we're off. Say, how long has it been since you saw Gibbsy last?
Oh, 6.5 years, almost 7, I think.
Oh.
I imagine she's changed a lot.
No, I don't think so. You know, Gibbsy's the kind of dame that never changes.
I hope she's the same. She's an adorable girl, one of the sweetest girls I've ever known.
They don't come any better than Gibbsy. Or any better looking, either.
Yes, I remember she was beautiful. I know I used to wish I had her looks.
You shouldn't gripe. You're not so bad yourself.
Oh, I feel a mess. I always do after a long train trip. My, but Rossville's a pretty town. Hey, I had no idea it was so big.
Well, it's not quite as big as it looks. See, it's spread out all over. You'll see the whole place all at once, though. Gibbsie's his way across town.
Oh, good. Now I'll have a chance to sort of fix my face up a little bit before I see her. Do you mind?
No, it's okay with me. But why bother? Gibbsie will be so glad to see you, she won't pay any attention to what you look like. And she'll probably look a mess herself. You know, she's been housecleaning.
Oh, Penny.
Penny, so good to see you. Oh, come on, sit down. Let me look at you. Oh, I just can't believe you're really here.
Do you know how many times you've said that, Penny? It's been at least 20.
Oh, I can't help it. It's so good to see you.
Oh, you think it isn't good to see you? Why do you think I came to Rossville?
Oh, if you had come to Rossville without seeing me, I wouldn't have forgiven you.
I wouldn't have forgiven myself. It's been much too long since we've seen each other and talked the way we used to at camp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Penny, do you remember those nights when we didn't get to sleep?
I think we saw the sun come up a few times. We talked so much. Oh, what in the world did we talk about?
I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't very important, but it certainly was fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd like to go back to those days, Peg. And those nights of talking about nothing.
So would I. I'd give anything to go back 4 years and start all over again, but I imagine I'd make the same mistake.
Oh, I know what you mean. I was so glad to get your letter, but I felt pretty awful when I read what was in it.
Oh, I don't know what made me put all that in my letter.
Well, what you did say in the letter didn't come as a complete surprise, Peg. I gathered from your letters years ago that something was wrong.
Well, I don't remember that I ever complained in them.
You didn't in so many words, but there was a hint of it there. And a long time ago, when you suddenly stopped writing, then I was sure something had happened.
I'm sorry I stopped writing, Penny. I tried to write you, but I just couldn't.
I know I tried to write you, too, but after not hearing from you for a while, I never got around to it, and then the months became years.
They always do, don't they? If I had written you, Penny, it would have been a stupid letter. Jim had me so mixed up and miserable all the time.
Jim?
Yeah, the boy I married right after I left camp. Oh, it was wonderful for a while, but after that while, that was only a few months, then I realized what a horrible mistake I'd made.
We're all entitled to mistakes, Peg.
Yes, but not a mistake as serious as mine. To make matters even worse, we had a child. Oh, an adorable child, Penny, a girl.
Long ago?
Well, she's 5 now. Oh, how I hated to give her up. But Jim left me right after the baby was born. I just had to go to work. So my mother took her, and she's had her ever since. Oh, I have some pictures of her in my suitcase. I'll show you. She's beautiful.
Oh, she must be if she looks like you.
No, she looks more like her father. As long as she doesn't grow up to have a father's ways, I'll be a completely happy mother.
You know, it seems strange to hear you say you're a mother.
Don't you remember? I always wanted children. They were going to be perfect, too. Just as everything in my life was going to be perfect. I think that was one of the things we talked about those nights at camp. Oh, what a know-it-all I was. What a fool.
Oh, don't feel that way about it, Peg. Look, there are a lot of things in life that don't work out the way we want them to. All of us have disappointments and setbacks and heartache, but somehow we find happiness in spite of it. I know that.
You too? Oh, I didn't know that. And here I am asking you to listen to my tale of woe. Oh, Penny, forgive me.
Oh, I've managed beautifully since it happened to me.
You were married?
No, Peg, we weren't. We got all mixed up and confused and involved and childish. And he married somebody else.
Oh, how awful.
Yeah, it was worse than you think. It was my fault that he did what he did. Anyway, he's free now. His wife died. But now nothing's the same anymore, except the way we feel about each other. Sometimes I wish that had changed, too.
I thought I should be unhappy. At least for me, the air is cleared. There's no lingering love between Jim and me. For all I know, he's dead. I haven't seen him or heard from him in almost 5 years. I have a daughter. That's someone to love who loves me.
Oh, Peg, you're going to be all right.
All right. Oh, sure. I'm going to be all right. As all right as half a person can be. I'm just not whole anymore.
Oh, Peg, stop it. You're the same person you always were.
No. No, Penny, I'm not, and I never will be again. When Jim went away, he took part of me with him, a confident part, The part that made me sure of myself and let me believe in things. I don't believe in anything anymore, not in people, or love, or loyalty.
Peg. Look, let's not talk about it anymore just now.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. You have reasons for the way you feel, and we will talk about them. But some other time. Come on, cheer up now. Come on.
Oh, I'm cheered up.
Jed should be awake now. I'll take you upstairs and show you your room.
My room? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, Penny. I can't stay here. I'll go to a hotel.
You will not. After all these years, I want you here where I can see as much of you as possible.
Oh, Penny, you already have a house full.
There's always room for one more.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Penny, I'd be awfully helpful if I could stay here. Well, as you probably imagine, I don't have very much money.
Well, the rates are very low here.
Penny, I'll stay here on one condition. You'll have to let me help out and let me do my share.
All right, if you want it that way.
Yes, it's the only fair arrangement, Penny. Shall we have an understanding about that?
We shall. Come on now. Go upstairs and I'll show you your room and have you meet Jed. You've met my mother and the others and you've seen the baby. So now I think the real head of the family is available for an introduction, too.
Oh, golly, Freddie, I hope Daddy's at the farm. He isn't expecting me this afternoon.
Oh, he'll be there all right, Nora. Never leaves the place.
Crickets, Freddie, he isn't working too hard, is he?
Well, he's going at it pretty heavy right now. But he'll be able to slack off after a while. Don't you worry about him.
I do worry, though. Daddy's not as young as he used to be.
And not as soft as he was before he started working the place, either. He's tough now, Crickets. He can take it.
Oh, I only hope he won't try too much.
I'll keep my eye on him.
Please do, Freddie.
Don't you worry about it. Say, Nora.
Hmm?
What do you think of our guest?
Oh, Miss Martin? Oh, she's very pretty.
Yeah, I guess so, if you like that type.
Oh, she seems very nice. She was nice to me.
Well, why shouldn't she be? You know, Gibbsy told her that you did most of the cooking, and a guest is off as nut if he isn't nice to the cook.
Is that why you're nice to me?
Well, it isn't exactly a dumb idea to have a gal who knows her way around the kitchen. Wonder if that Martin dame is going to camp with us very long.
Oh, I think she's staying only a few days.
Oh? Oh, that's not so bad.
What do you mean? Don't you like her?
Well, yeah, I guess I like her all right. But I'm not sure.
Why not?
I don't know exactly, Nora. It's a funny thing. I'm either just plain cockeyed or I'm getting so I can figure out people better than I used to, but there's something about that Martin dame that makes me just a little bit uneasy.
What is it about Peg Martin that makes Freddie uneasy? And what effect will Peg's appearance in Rossville have on Penny's life? Be sure to listen to the next dramatic episode of Hearts in Harmony. KCB. KCB. KCB means Kroger cut beef, and Kroger cut beef means more meat for your money. Right. Kroger cut beef gives you more meat, less waste. Because before the meat is weighed and priced, the Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess bone, excess waste, and stringy ends. Take a Kroger cut round steak or roast, for example. The Kroger method of cutting beef removes excess waste and stringy meat before the steak or roast is weighed and priced. You get a minimum of bone. Yes, you get choice cuts only, and it's top U.S. government grades of beef. Beef that's tender, juicy, rich red, and marbled with just the right amount of flavory fat. But visit your neighborhood Kroger store and see for yourself. Remember, whether you buy a steak or a roast, Kroger cut beef gives you more meat for your money. Ladies, make plans right this instant to visit your neighborhood Kroger store, the only place you can buy Kroger cut beef. Surprise and delight your family with a delicious and juicy steak or roast. And remember, in Kroger cut beef, you get more meat for your money, because the Kroger method of cutting beef gives you more meat, less waste. Get Kroger cut beef right away at your neighborhood Kroger store. Be sure to join us again tomorrow, same time, same station, for another thrilling transcribed chapter of Hearts in Harmony.